इन्वेस्टमेंट करने से पहले सबसे ज़रूरी चीज़ जो हम नहीं करते हैं, जो है ऑन पेपर बैठ के कैलकुलेशन नहीं करते हैं तो फाइंड आउट हाउ मच रिटर्न्स वी आर गोइंग टू गेट इट out of this investment or the property investment. Friends, welcome to my channel. Myself Shiv Kiran, business owner and property investor. So ये बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त वीडियो होने वाला है, एंड तक देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है. अगर आपको पसंद आया तो लाइक करो, शेयर करो, सब्सक्राइब करो. ये पूरा जो मेरा प्रॉपर्टी बाइंग का जर्नी है, आई विल शेयर दिस जर्नी. इवन दो आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग दिस फिगर्स फॉर लंडन एरिया, this is applicable to everywhere. You can invest in whether in India हो, बांग्लादेश हो, पाकिस्तान हो या दुबई हो या अराउंड द यूरोप हो, जहाँ पर भी आप लोग इन्वेस्टमेंट करना चाहते हैं, हर एक इन्वेस्टमेंट में आपको ये चीज़ सबसे पहले कर देनी चाहिए. ज़रूरी है कि आपको देख लेना चाहिए कि what are the numbers rather than thinking emotionally. I think you should work on the numbers and the figures and do your calculation and mathematics before investing into the properties. Let's go. सबसे पहले चीज़ अगर हमको कुछ करनी हो तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि हमको रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, जिसको हम जनरली ROI बोलते हैं, रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, वो कैलकुलेट करके चेक करना ज़रूरी है कि इज़ इट वर्थफुल कि इन्वेस्ट करना या सिर्फ बैंक में पैसे रखना बेटर है उससे भी ज़्यादा. क्योंकि अगर रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट जो ROI है होता है generally 8 to 9% or 10%, some cases like 15%, 20%. If it is more than like 8 to 10%, I think it's a very good investment. That's what I personally think. Otherwise, it's better to put it in the bank and on make FDs or fixed deposit, all other options. I mean, but in terms of property investment, if the return on investment it is more than 10%, 8%, I think it's a good investment. Talk about my first property and how do you calculate the return on investment. Okay, so return on investment for buy to let, which is they call it rent पे दे देना, भाड़े पे दे देना. यहाँ पे इंग्लिश में उसको buy to let बोलते हैं. Buy to let property in London, how to calculate the return on investment. Okay. All the figures are in pounds, which because it's the currency of England or UK. So property purchase value was 252,000. Okay, and the deposit obviously for buy-to-let properties, which you needed 25%. So I paid 25% deposit for this property, which was 63,000 in pounds. Stamp duty and registration charges, which I paid 8,500. And there's a solicitor fees and agency fees and other expenses while you do the conveyancing of this, like transfer of the property from a seller to lender. That comes around 2,500. So it can vary depending upon the price and the time and the location. All these figures, money which I did invest or invested in this property, which were like 74,000. Okay, so if you see this figure, which comes 74,000 invested. Okay, now let's see how much I'm getting annually, how much money I'm making out of this investment. Okay, so the monthly rent when I rented the property after like 10-15 days, given it to the agency, goes online, people comes, have a viewing, and then is rented within 15 to, I think it took somewhere around a month. After a month, monthly rent is around 1,200, or this is my income. And if you talk about expenses, जिसके डिटेल्स मैंने यहाँ पे लिखे हैं, एक तो है कि मॉर्गेज पेमेंट है, क्योंकि रिमेनिंग 75% जो अमाउंट है, रिमेनिंग 75% इज फ्रॉम द बैंक. Okay, so this was mortgage, so only 25% which is paid by me, 75% was from the bank. तो बैंक का मॉर्गेज या मंथली पेमेंट जो आएगा वो 475 पाउंड होगा पर मंथ का, प्लस और क्या एक्सपेंसेस है, मैनेजमेंट फीस है. एज इट इज आई एम ट्रीटिंग दिस एज अ बिजनेस, सो आई गिव दिस होल management to the property agency, so they will manage the whole property monthly. Any issues or problems, अगर जो भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम आते हैं तो वो लोग they will manage it. So that comes around like 60 pound. जैसे कि टेनेंट्स कभी कंप्लेंट करते हैं कि something is broken, the washing machine is not working, so they will call the traders, and the traders will come and fix it, and they will just invoice us for the charges. So that comes, so this
monthly fee for the agency, which is roughly around 5 to 10%. There are different agency charges different fees, so that is £60. And then another maintenance and service charge. If it is a flat, there will be a ground rent or the service charges which we have to pay to the council or the freeholder, whoever owns the flat. If it is a freehold house, then it will be different scenario. There will be a maintenance cost which we have to maintain while maintaining the property. So for example, if there's a leakage issue, water leakage issue, or the washing machine is not working, there's various issues goes on over the period of time for maybe for a whole year. So that is all considered, so including the service charge or ground rent or maintenance. All these comes roughly around, for me it was like 120 to 125. So altogether it comes around 655 pound. Okay, so these are my expenses and this was my rent. Okay, so rent was 1200 pound, take away or minus 655 are my expenses. Okay, so if you subtract, the figure comes out, which is 545. 545 is my monthly return or actual profit. Okay, so let's calculate that for 12 months. So 12 months, 545 times 12, which gives me 6,540. Okay, so 6,540 per annum or per year is my actual profit from my investment. Okay, so let's see how do we calculate the return on investment. So whatever the money or the profit you made divided by the investment or the money you put in the deal or in the property. Okay, so 6,540 is my actual profit per annum or per year divided by the actual money invested, which was 74,000. Okay, and multiply by 100 to calculate into the percentage. That will give you the figures, which comes around 8.8 for this property. There is some properties which might come around like 9%, 10%, or it might be even 11 or 12%. Okay, so this is how you calculate the ROI, which comes around 8 to 9% for the properties invested in London. So similarly, you can calculate this return on investment for India या फॉर लंदन प्रॉपर्टी, एनी प्रॉपर्टी या दुबई, जहाँ पे भी हो, कोई भी अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट जो भी जिस भी कंट्री में इन्वेस्टमेंट करना है, तो कैलकुलेट ऑल दिस एंड मेक श्योर दैट यू आर गेटिंग इनफ रिटर्न ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. If the return on investment or these figures are very less, like 2%, 3%, some of the properties in India, if you invest, you might get 2%, 3% of return. So it's not worth investing there. So you rather invest somewhere like different places like stocks, shares, or whatever is your expertise in. Video अच्छा लगा हो, like करो, share करो, subscribe करो, and see you next time. Thank you.